Hello, my name is Grace Gorges, and this is Meant for Beauty. So today in society, I see a problem that we think that beauty is only in the eye of the beholder, and that there is no objectiveness to it. However, through my interest in research, I have found that this is not necessarily true, that there are objective qualities to beauty. And I think this message is for everyone and needs to be more widespread. I recognize that those who are spreading this message are doing so for an older audience, as well as those who have a more philosophical background. But I believe that this can be catered towards a younger audience, which is why I have created Meant for Beauty, which is a website and blog that informs people about the transcendental of beauty through articles that are made for the everyday person, not someone who has, studied philosophy for several years. Meant for Beauty will be made up of a website as well as an Instagram that shares this information through blogs, posts, as well as captions and other kinds of media content. I will also have a section where there are resources which include links to other people who produce similar content, so that those who are interested in diving deeper can look at some of the things that I have researched. Looking at the market, blogs are still growing. They're a very popular form of consumption, making using blogs as a relevant way of producing content. So my target market is traditional Catholic, Gen Z, and millennial women, but also artists, educators, and individuals interested in the education and consuming information on the transcendental of beauty. I do believe this message is for everyone, but starting with those who are going to best receive it, as it being maybe more because maybe it's more of their formal background beforehand. And I just recognize that for this audience, we need an easier access to the media about this. Like I said, in my research, I found that it's hard to understand what people are talking about, but it's not necessarily a complex message. My biggest competitors are Theology of the Home and The Way of Beauty. There are also other online platforms and blogs that post kind of similar content that they have originally written. But I can see where it can go above the heads of those who are of the younger generation. And Theology of the Home also does have an Instagram, to which they have amassed 24,000 followers over the past 5 years that they've been active. And so in marketing my business, I plan to use Instagram and my website being the largest form of consumption. However, I think that the message can be spread most easily through Instagram, through creating consistent engagement through multiple posts per week, and using Instagram stories to apply to the younger audience. Through my website, I want to post 2 blogs per week, one of a public blog and one of a subscriber-only blog. And this will just keep new content coming out and keep people wanting to come back for more. As for marketing word of mouth, I have friends and family who know that I'm very passionate about this and would love to hear more about my message, because they've heard me talk about it before, as well as I have the opportunity to potentially talk on the Cons of Catholic podcast, which would be reaching very much my target market, and getting to explain my business and my passions. So looking at financial projections, I plan to have subscriber-only content with a price of $2.99 per month for a subscription to exclusive articles and content. My goal for the first year is to amass 25 subscribers, and looking at that, I would have about $897 in revenue, making a profit of $633 because my current costs for my website, my domain name, and my email are $264. In the next couple of years, I plan to grow that to at least 100 subscribers, putting me at revenue of $3,588, as well as a profit of $3,104, because my costs will move up to $483 per year once my discounts have ended. I'd also like to have a donation section on the website, as I know people can be passionate about this too, and maybe would just be interested in donating to the mission and donating to the cause. Looking at the rest of my business model, some of my key partners are just the organizations that I am gaining information from, as well as using Wix to run my website. And I plan to distribute my information through Instagram and website, as well as getting revenue from direct sales. And finally, my current traction is that I have purchased a website, a domain, and an email, and I'm currently writing blog posts and have the potential to be on this podcast. Some milestones that I have obtained is that I have my first email subscriber, so not paying a subscriber, but just ready to receive any updates that I have, as well as one of my first non-family related followers on Instagram. So thank you very much.